Hello and welcome to this training video. In this training video, we're going to talk about how to find inspiration to take action. You're going to learn what may have been stopping you to take action, because I know from experience there are things that I want to do and then somehow I never find the time for it, and all I find are excuses, and then I feel guilty about it because I didn't do it, and it just becomes a mess. But there is a way, a specific path, specific steps you need to take to create that will for action, right? So you don't have those doubts, so you don't have those blocks. And when you know this, then you will be able to use the same formula for anything you want to do. So you will be able to find an inspiration to take action. You will not be, held by those things. So let's move on to the presentation. So here we are. How to find inspiration to take action. So everything starts with the result. So obviously when you want to do something, it's a simple question, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? And then we go from there downwards. So basically what we want to go is from point A to point B. And as you can see here, hopefully, the mouse is not working, doesn't really matter. You can see that there are certain steps and certain actions you need to take to get there. And now obviously I'm talking about the situation where you know what you want to do or you need to do, but you're somehow not doing it, right? So we're going to remove those blocks. So step number one would be that you ask yourself, right? Ask yourself using a magic wand technique. This is called magic wand technique. So you ask yourself, what do I really want to do? And sometimes the problem is that if you don't know, right, if you're stuck, you don't know what needs to happen, then you can use a magic wand technique. So you can say, if everything would be possible, right, how would that look like? If, in an ideal world, if I could wave my magic wand, how would my whatever life look like, or how would my body look like, or how would my business look like, or how would my relationship look like? How would you like it to be, right? If you could wave a magic wand and it could suddenly happen, how would that be? You see, this exercise will allow you to imagine things, right? And don't worry about this point. Is this possible, not possible? What do you have, what you don't have, what do you know, what you don't know? That really doesn't matter at this point. What it matters is that you get clear, right, on a result, because it's hard to move forward unless you have clarity. So even if it's imaginable, even if it's something, it still gives you clarity to where are you going. We need to know where are you going. All right, so in step number two, you will have to align, right? Align yourself. And there are three, call it blocks, or three things that can stop you there. And this is the main reason why probably you wanted something or you couldn't figure out what you want. And these are the things that were stopping you. So the first thing is, or are, limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are simply thoughts you believe to be true, but they are holding you back. So you might say, oh, I'm not good enough, so I can't have a good relationship, or I'm not smart enough, that's why my business can't grow. That would be something that we call a limiting belief. You are putting limitations to your potential, right? Now, we're not going to go deep into how to do that, this specific technique, because that would be a completely different training, which I might do one day. But this would be one of the blocks just for you to recognize, so you can recognize your own self-talk. If you want something, but you place a limitation, call it to it. So it might be that, might not be, but let's say you get rid of the limiting beliefs. Then the second thing that, or third, all at once, okay, doesn't matter, might be stopping you is trapped emotions, like fears, anxieties, right? Oh my God, what's going to happen if I make a mistake? Oh my God, the bad thing will happen. Oh, I don't want to do it. These are, trapped emotions, or, it might be shame. might be guilt. Oh, I've done this before and I screwed up and now I don't feel good and I feel embarrassed, right? Emotions are big, right? Emotions can keep you, on your, call it spot, and stop you from moving forward, right? There is that, and then there is obviously conflicting values. Conflicting values means that you value two things. Value means something that's really important to you, but they are conflicting. So you might say, I want to go to this business course, but I don't have the time, right? But I need it, right? And now you say, I need a business course because your business needs to grow, but you say you don't have the time. Now, this is a conflicting value. So what you need to do, that's another exercise, same like trapped emotion, different training. I mean, I've done a lot of videos actually on it, but same with conflicting values. You have to see how those two values, like attending the course and time, are actually two of the same. But in this case, they're conflicting. But just for the purpose of this training, those three things need to be so-called aligned. Limiting beliefs need to be removed. Trapped emotions need to be sorted out, or call it removed. And conflicting values, they need to be, call it aligned, seen as one. And then you will be finding, call it that inspiration you're looking for, much easier, because there will be no blocks, and hopefully you can see how one of these things, or all of them things, can be stopping you. And for sure they've been stopping me and a lot of my clients. This is what stops us. We want something, but then we get stuck. We can't figure out what it is, but actually it's one of those three things, or all these three things, or two things, or whatever it is. But a good news here is that there is nothing else apart from that will be stopping you, apart from these three things. So now that you know them, you can easily recognize them, right? And then step number three would be to make a plan. Our mind loves the plan. When you have a plan, a path, then you have clarity. And mind loves to think in threes. If you have a 8-step plan, gets confusing, but what you could do, you could make it in a couple of 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 simple. 1, 2, 3 sounds easy, right? So when you want something, when you remove all those trapped emotional limiting beliefs and conflicting values, then you want to create a plan. Does not have to be a perfect plan, but there have to be steps, right? You do this thing, and then you do another thing, and then you do the third thing, or you do the fourth thing, or the fifth thing, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. But there have to be steps, because if there are no steps, mind will go to confusion, then it will go to frustration, and then it will go to anger, and then that will all result you not taking action. So plan is super important. And then when you have a plan, then you want to obviously implement the plan. And there is a quadrant that I've learned from my mentor Benjamin Harvey. Is here are 4 letters, but basically there are 4 questions. So you got to ask yourself, what do I need to start doing, and what do I need to stop doing? So let's say in your case, that it was, okay, I want to attend this business course, but I don't have enough time. Then you can say, okay, where, if I'm, let's say you love to watch TV, like Netflix, like I do, then you have to ask yourself, what do I need to start doing, and what do I need to stop doing, as I said. So you need to start to spend more time, right, on your business course, but to get more time, you probably, in this case, might want to stop watching TV as much, or maybe something else. So, right, you need to start with something, but also you need to stop with something. There is only 24 hours in a day, and of course, if you want to cram everything in, this is where you're going to get those opinions that you don't have enough time, and maybe actually you really don't in this state. But if you stop doing something and then replace it with a new thing, then you have the time. So these are your steps. And then also ask yourself, what do I need to do more of, and what do I need to do less of? So basically the same thing, right? So that's how you're gonna go, and that's how you're gonna implement your plan, right? Replacement, more of something, less of something, start something, stopping something. Then you're gonna find the time, and you're not going to be overwhelmed. And then step number 5, which is most important part, you will become what I like to call empowered, because if you follow this process, right, then you can apply this process to motivate yourself, to inspire yourself, right, every day for anything in your life. And becoming empowered simply means that you don't depend on anything or anyone, right? And you know how to solve problems, you know how to find solutions, you know how to move forward. And for me, this is one of the most important lessons I've learned. I don't know about you, but many times I wanted things, I simply or didn't start, or I avoided, and then I felt bad or guilty because I didn't. But if you follow this process, then you're going to feel empowered, because it's the same process for anything you want to do in life. You just follow it, you stick to it, and you will get results, right? If you results, when you do things, if you focus on a process, then results will happen by itself. And what a lot of people do, and what I was doing, if you focus too much on a result, not on a process, then you really don't do anything, because it's disempowering. I don't have that thing yet, so, but I don't have it, it's not working. But wait a minute. Did you do the process? And this is your process. So more you focus on the process, more results you're gonna get, and most importantly, you will find that inspiration, because motivation is something you have to do kind of daily. But when you are inspired, you don't need to be motivated, right? You just want to do it. You are doing it. No one has to motivate you. You don't have to motivate yourself, because you are inspired, and you're also aligned, your beliefs are aligned, your values are aligned, and there is no trapped emotions that would be stopping you there. Now, hopefully this makes sense. If you need more info or help with it, if you need a little plan to create for yourself and help you with limiting beliefs or stuck emotion or trapped emotions, or some of them things, then please comment or contact me, and I'll be happy to help you out. Cheers. Bye-bye.